The governor plans to ease restrictions in phases. Phase 1 could take effect Friday night only if cases continue to decline. This means that the stay-at-home order would remain in place, but it would allow you to leave home for retail shopping. That would mean clothing stores as well as sporting goods stores, bookshops, and houseware stores would reopen. Gatherings would still be limited to no more than 10 people. Parks would be allowed to reopen with the same gathering limitations of 10 or less in place. Under phase 1, restaurants would remain carry-out only. Barbershops, salons, and spas, as well as nail salons, would not reopen just yet. So what does our local lawmakers, what do they think of these relaxed restrictions? Well, our Bill O'Neill has their reaction from Greensboro.
The governor's stay-at-home order expires this Friday. While polls show there is support for his cautious approach to reopening the state, there are others urging him to help the economy sooner rather than later. Protesters from the group Reopen North Carolina rally in Raleigh for the 4th straight Tuesday.
Overreach and overreaction. Amen.
Among those leading today's protest, Republican lawmaker Larry Pittman. He told the crowd the governor's stay-at-home order is an example of overreach and overreaction.
But I'm getting a lot of feedback from people that are more worried about the economy than they are coronavirus.
Earlier today, in a virtual meeting at the Council of State, Republican leaders tell the governor they're hearing more about the economic threat than the health threat posed by the pandemic.
We're all in this working together, but we're not all in the same boat in this massive storm we're going through.
These business owners want to be trusted, especially the small business owners. You know, we feel like somehow we can trust the big folks to be essential and do the things they need to do when they may have thousands of people in their store.
On the other side, North Carolina Democrats, such as Senator Gladys Robinson of Guilford County, urge caution reopening the state's businesses.
North Carolinians have got to adhere to these rules so we don't end up like New York.
Robinson says she believes retail stores can reopen with limits placed on the number of customers allowed inside stores, but questions reopening some other businesses.
I'm not sure right now about beauty shops and barber shops. I know folks are real anxious about hair and nails.
Guilford County Republican John Hardister says North Carolina should also consider opening restaurants for outdoor seating only, as some other states have already done.
I think for things like a barber shop or a beauty salon or things like that, if they can open, limit their occupancy, operate by appointment only, which a lot of them do anyway. I believe that has a lot of potential.
During today's Council of State meeting, the Treasury Secretary Dale Folwell asked the governor for a comprehensive briefing on the COVID-19 situation. He says there's been a lack of communication, a lack of data, and a lack of transparency. The governor responded, telling the secretary he'd be glad to set up a meeting very soon. In Greensboro, I'm Bill O'Neill, WXII 12 News.